Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another NTW3 clash for you here today. We have a glorious 4v4 as we have Austria already marching up, and they are joining in a very unusual ally in Persia here as we have them joining this fray. Persia, not really a Napoleonic known faction, but they are here today. It's a bit of an unusual one, I will admit, but yeah, very fun to have them. And, it makes for a nice change. So 1804 Persia. I don't think there is another version of Persia, but there you go. 1809 Austria is here, and they are. We've also got 1812 Russia as well, very close to the fray. And then the final faction for the coalition is 1805 Russia here. So yeah, we've got plenty of Russians. It's technically like Russia, like Austria, isn't it? Actually, it's not really just Russia, but it's Russia, Austria, 1805. And it looks like they're facing off. I'm not quite sure which French armies. We definitely have a like a Russia South. I also think this one that's like appearing here is either like the Italian campaign or it's the Rhinish campaign, one or the other. There looks like a lot of cav for this army. It might be an all cav army. I'm not sure. There is a lot of cav here. Like I mean, kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a few more over here as well. There's a general already here. And we've got some infantry. I don't think it's all cav, but it looks like this could be primarily cav, that's for sure. Maybe to match off with Persia. Maybe they were thinking Persia was going to kind of spam out the cav. And then we also have another French army already progressing over here as well. We've got artillery. Oh no, it's not artillery, sorry. Yeah, another little cav unit here moving forward. And then we've got infantry as well. Looks like a lot of Bavarians. This might be more like 1809, I think. If it's any sort of period. I think the Bavarians are feature quite heavily in the 1809 like theatre of war for the French. So more than likely is that. I just wish we didn't have fog of war, man, when it comes to like replays. I wish that wasn't a thing. I wish they could like do that, so I could hover over units and go, oh, it's that faction, but I can't really tell really. And the French ones are the hardest to distinguish between. Because, well, they all look kind of the same unless you like look really closely at the uniforms. A bit of a clash here already, kind of missed it. Looks like they went for some Persian guns here. Failed to get these 8-pounders, this little artillery unit. And also looks like the skirms might have helped get rid of them. But there you go, yeah. They're now going to start blasting away at the advancing French infantry. And yeah, Persia is preparing to put up like a small skirmish line. It looks like he's sending most of his infantry, though, over this other direction. Maybe he's going to rely on, looks like 1805 Russia, Austria here to come up this road and maybe just save him. Looks like they aren't really interested in fighting whatever French army this is over here. It's just more of a screen. But yeah, it also could be the same French army, to be honest. By a good chance it is probably the same one, like 1809. Probably it's probably the same one, I'd imagine. But yes, if you want to see more NTW3 action on the channel, want to see more Napoleonic carnage, more battles such like this one, do remember leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. And yeah, I've been told this one's a pretty damn close one, so definitely worth getting yourself some snacks, get yourself some drinks, and prepare for some Napoleonic massacres. So I'm expecting blood, guts, and gore in this one as the French advance, twirl in their bayonets, and they are getting ready to go. And yeah, looks like well, we've got some Persian cav here. They are just like lancers. I wonder where they'll go in. The French, I don't know. Might not be able to form square. I don't know about this era really if they can form square that much, but probably not. I don't know if they really could. But yeah, you can always test it. Always try and charge these guys with some cav. I mean, I wouldn't just stand here and just watch the French line up in front of you with the cav. Looks like now the line infantry for Persia is on its way. These guys, I think they're okay in a line fight for the Persians, and they're decent sized units, you know, 134, 135. They have got also grenadiers available. I don't think they have brought them today. There's a lot of line infantry, unless back here we've got more grenadiers. These are L3s. I would suggest no. A lot of grenadiers have been brought today. Just, yeah, lots of this sort of like non-squarable L3s. So a very professional looking Persian army, that is for sure. I'm excited to see them in action. Instead of like the peasant spam, it's a little bit different. An actual professional army. There you go. Or he did a few shots off, nothing crazy. Looks like France wants to have a go on the Persian cav here. It's just some skirmish cav, I'd say, nothing exciting. These bow cavalry, oh nice! Gosh, the artillery going off in the background, it's insane. What's going on there? But yeah, there you go, Turkmen. They're blasting with their bows. That is kind of insane. insane. Unless it was I don't think it likely was the animation with the bows being drawn, but that would be hilarious if it was. Some blast them away, but yeah, the Turkmen shooting. I don't know if they actually got any kills, but still was quite funny to see them in action there. And yeah, looks like both sides sort of standing off now, just waiting. I think they're really the coalition are waiting on Austria and also Russia just to bring up their reserves. Russia kind of being a bit passive. He's sending these guys one at a time instead of just en masse. He's got a whole load of columns here waiting for something, but I'm not sure what. If I was France, I'd be trying to attack this army here on the march, try and catch these guys unawares, because I think they're definitely the force to try and go for. It looks like, yeah, big. I thought there was a lifeguard cuirassier over here. Looked like it by the size of the unit and also the uniform. So yeah, Russia leaving some pretty deadly stuff here. Also leaving their general here, Bagration. It's a really nice little sneaky move there by this player. Shifting his army, his infantry army over here, keeping his general there because. Fog of War, you can see the generals, whatever happens, but yeah, most of the rest of this army is actually all hidden, and is shifting this way, so whether it is still hidden, yeah, it looks like it's all still hidden still. Well, actually, no, walking. The roofs might be up now that the infantry's here. They also brought some guards, life guards in here. Yeah, like the 145-man unit there. So yeah, the roofs might be up now, but the general, for like faction, actually do off a nice little move for a little while. Fooling the French, or maybe he did. We don't really know. We don't really know where the French dispositions are, but I'm going to hope that he did. Abbas Mirza here also getting shot at a little bit. Yeah, it looks like France is also waiting on a few allies here, and there we go. A bit of a cab fight was taking place there. It looks like as we nearly go below the earth, some Cossacks there. It looks like they dealt with some. Looks like some Saxon skirmishes. Yeah, this kind of confirms my theory that this is an 1809 build over here for this French player. And yeah, here we go. France is going through the woods, advancing with the Bavarians. And they look like they're ready to try and catch this Russian and Austrian army here. I think it is primarily Russian, so I don't think there's a single Austrian here today in this army. At least there's plenty of Austrians in other armies. But there you go. Line fight again starting to get underway here. Persia. Quite happy to duel here, it seems. You start shooting though. Start doing your bit. Start shooting, guys. For the Shah. There we go. Lovely stuff. These guys can form square, which is good because this cavalry sniffing around on their flanks here. If they were to lose this cav fight here, the coalition, they need to be careful that they could get charged with a side charge here. And the French might still do it. They might not even entertain a cav fight. They might think, can we go for a sneaky cav charge here and rout these guys with a bit of a combination with the infantry here. Maybe if I was the French, push forward with the infantry first, then commit the cav if I was to do it one way or another. Yeah, it looks like a little hussar here or something. Everything can maybe sneak in. There is infantry here sort of guarding, like blocking sort of the cav counter here, and I think they might be able to form square, I'm not sure. Yeah, the French might be about to try some sneaky little assault there, we'll see. Over on this side, as we go below the earth, looks like also there is a match. Oh, actually, that was very close. That horse artillery there. I think the Chasseurs Cheval thought they might have a go, but they did not, in fact, go for it. Looks like, yeah, France is pushing up hard here. Persia quite happy to entertain this sort of a little skirmish here, just keep taking out some of these Bavarians. Looks like there's an all Bavaria build actually here, which I think is a feasible tactical shot there into the Bavarian mass. I think it's a feasible tactic. I've never really seen it in action, but we'll see it here today. I feel like this is where we're going to see the first sort of clash of arms. If anything's going to happen, it's going to probably happen there first, I'd imagine. I mean, it looks like Bavaria, we could almost call them really, pushing up here. I mean, they might get rid of these skirmishers or these guns. I'm not sure. These guns are artillery. They're not going to get out of here anytime soon. I mean, France needs to push hard now while Russia and Austria are still not in position. They could do that. That would give themselves a great opportunity, great bit of an advantage. They're kind of shooting just straight up. Actually, they've got a bit of an angle into some of these Persians. You can see those fellows over there, but they are kind of also firing directly up a big hill, really. The Persians, yeah, have got a good position on that hill. And they are giving ground. So we'll see what happens there. And there you go. Looks like France actually, I think they're redlining. I think that might be because of artillery and skirmishes a little bit. I don't think it's got anything else to do with that. Probably more the artillery and anything hitting these guys. I don't know. That skirmish volley then has gotten down to red lines. That is impressive. So the Bavarians might lose something there. But the French here are really pushing hard over here, and I think they've got their own cuirassier by the looks of it as well. No, it's just more Bavarian cav. I thought it might be cuirassiers looking at how scattered the unit was, how large it was. No, they're just Bavarian cav. It looks like it could be an all Bavaria, well, not quite an all Bavaria build, but an all German build. So you've got like Saxon Chevaliers here as well. Yeah, they're really prioritizing those sort of German units here. Looks like the artillery here for the Russians. I think it was a horse artillery unit. As it's lost its carriages. Oh no, this is the horse artillery one here. Is it a guard horse artillery as well? A guard scale? I think it might be. I'm not sure. But there you go. The Bavarians are losing the first unit here today. The first route, well, infantry route is going to be for the French. I guess they lost the skirmishers as well earlier. The first line infantry, we'll say, lost is Bavaria. There you go, if you want to get really specific with it. Austria is pretty much almost into position, so sort of any sort of advantage that France could get from rushing the coalition has kind of been lost. They are forming a massive cavalry wing over here, which has got to be surely made up of a couple of different French armies. We also got skirmishers sort of, you know, going to shield the cav. So that's a good idea there. Russia South is really wide, though, with some of this cavalry. I don't know how great their cav is, but yeah. They've got some hussars here, which I think they're actually Austrian. I don't know about these ones. They could be anything, to be honest. But I think these guys look like the Austrian hussars, which is kind of funny. So we have Austrians fighting Austrians here today. And yeah, here we go. Again, just trying to scare off these skirmishes. It's not really going to achieve a lot from line infantry shooting at skirmishes at that range. Doesn't seem like they're even like in that phase. Yeah, 56 out of 58. Yeah, they're on phase, but by it. But yeah, looks like the French kind of giving a bit more ground. I mean, the Austrians here could push on. It looks like there's just skirmishes ahead of them. They could really, really push on. And if these guys can form square, no, not really. Actually, none of these front lines can form square. They need to be careful. They're going very close to a cavalry formation there. But yeah, both sides being very sort of careful, aggressive, but you know, with a bit of care. The French. They're getting ready. Oh, and there you go. An artillery unit just got blasted. I don't know where that was. Oh, it's the Persian artillery here. Just got absolutely annihilated, I think. Rip in peace to that guy. I think he just got hit by French artillery. He got like counter batteried almost. That was a very good kill there for the French. Very, very nice. And the artillery's all the way back there on that hill. They've got a pretty good view. Hear the shots. Yeah, they can see for quite a way here. Hit a lot of the coalition units if they're on this side of the slope, which looks like it's where the Russians are going to be occupying, by the looks of it mostly. Who are also arriving. Russia 1812, I should say. 1805 has been on the battlefield for a little while now. And they're pushing forward. These boys, they've seen action in Austerlitz. Or they might be, you know, in this weird universe, maybe about to see action in Austerlitz. Well, anyway, these were the guys that would have been there. They've seen some horrific stuff. Some of them might have sunk through some ice, like that, like in the Napoleon film, which they greatly exaggerated how bad that was. You've got the guards on the flank, though. That's a good flank to have. You know, some strong, big men there of the Russian guard. They'll keep so safe there. The Strelki haven't even actually got out in front of the infantry to sort of, you know, cover this advance. And yeah, you can see the French skirmishers taking their time. They're going to start chipping away at these guardsmen of the Russians. Do what you can, boys. Do what you can. Skirmish them. Skirmish them to hell. But yeah, certainly feel like cavalry-wise, the Russians might have the advantage. You need to Ver here, and also the Lifeguard Cuirassier. I mean, especially that unit. Cannon is a really good unit. On paper, you give yourself a really good advantage. But it kind of quite easily gets stuck in melee against like a square or another infantry unit, and then just like gets side shot by infantry. And all of a sudden, that cav unit is gone. The very expensive lifeguard is gone. More musketeers moving here. So yeah, it's like 1805 really pushing on this left flank here, sort of towards the forest. He's not too bothered. I think he thinks that the skirmishers and the guns, which they might be able to, are enough to cover sort of that other flank there with the Bavarians up. So we'll come back to that in a moment, see whether that's progressed. Russia 1812 looks like he's kind of moving forward without really much 2K. He's got some reserve divisions here, the 9th Reserve Division. So at least how I'd translate that, Reserve Nea Divizia? Well, I'd say that sounds like Reserve Division if anything does. So they're kind of conscripts. They're not going to do too great, I would have thought. We'll see. And now the Austrians are still pushing forward, as you can see here, but I mean, they've not got much in front of them. Well, they've got some infantry now appearing. It seems like France is finally shooting stuff over here. This looks like it could be Spanish campaign France here, which would make sense why there's so much cavalry on the battlefield as well, because they often can bring a lot of cav. And yeah, usually these guys with their silly sort of pantaloons like this, they're usually Spanish campaign. That's kind of an easy way to identify them. And yeah, there you go. The Persians did go in for a charge. We did miss that, but easily dealt with here by these hussars. Looks like some yeah, other light cav there. I don't know really what it was attempting to go for. Didn't seem like it was really doing too much, but it has initiated a French assault here. This is like it's made up of Spanish troops and also, actually it might be mainly Spanish troops. Yeah, a lot of Spanish militia and like National Guardsmen here. By the looks of it, they're moving forward and they're going to try and use their mass to maybe overwhelm the guns here of the Persians. They are like, I mean, numbers-wise, they're huge units, like 150, 200 man units. They are going to, yeah, be able to outgun the Persians, and though they might not have great accuracy, eventually, you know, out of those 200, someone's going to hit someone. Someone will get a lucky shot, and also it just takes a long time to kill them. You're going to have a line fight with them. It's a good way to tie down some troops of Persians. These Persians have like really cool long fezzes. Elongated fez, I call it, but yeah, they are shooting them, so they are winning these line fights, but that's not the like the main end goal for the French, is to win that line fight. Just to tie resources down fighting that, and then maybe using some of the more deadly forces elsewhere. Looks like this French place has been certainly been caught out, overextended. I don't feel like it's really entirely known where this 1805 army is. I mean, he thought it's over here to start with, and he started pushing that way. That didn't work out for him. Then he started to go into the forest, and then he retreated and called off on that as soon as he saw the first couple of Russians pushing forward. I mean, he's retreated to a slightly better spot. I guess he has a bit of a high ground here. Just doesn't seem like he's got enough infantry out, and certainly not in the right space, in the right places really to deal with it. Also, I wonder how the Bavarians are really going to hold up if the Russians do get into melee with them. I doubt they will be able to hold. But yeah, if he's got like a very old German build, I don't know. I feel like he'd have more mass. Bavarians, I feel like 1809 are kind of cheap. I could be wrong, but I remember them being kind of cheap because they're not that great. But Russia is now, 1812 Russia is now very much committed and in a line fight. See how this goes. I wouldn't say it was their bread and butter, but they're doing okay. They're actually advancing now. I guess they want to get into melee with the French, which isn't a bad idea. Here they go. Is Persia going to back them up? Looks like Persia is going to back them up. They've got reinforcements here. It's just a lot more of that sort of like non-squareable line infantry here. Russia, has he got grenadiers here? These are reserve stuff. I don't know how good they are. I imagine relatively decent melee, but I haven't really seen any grenadiers of such. The Russians are stacking up here. It's sensing that's a melee charge sort of stack. We've got a cuirassier here as well about to go in. This, I think, is going to be what starts the assault. Once this goes in, I imagine Russian infantry is going to follow quite quickly as well. There we go, cuirassiers going in. And they're going to... obviously, this unit can't form square. The French did not react at all to that. And there you go. The cuirassiers go in and they start hacking away in silence as the orange lining French already. And the cuirassiers got hit hard there by an artillery piece. Actually, that was a pretty nice... Another one. Down to 45. They were at 51, down to 45. Their riders are getting decimated there by the artillery. They go into the next unit. The Russian infantry to really back them up. A volley there might just, you know, destabilize this cuirassier charge. And yeah, they are in a bit of trouble, these cuirasses, I think. They need some infantry support here, because isolated on their own, yeah, they're going to struggle. You can see the general here, Tolstoy, he's going to try and sort of rally the cuirasses. I think that is his aim. And there you go, the French charging the Russians, in fact. They're going on in, and there you go. I mean, this could go either way. The French and the Russians both love a bit of bayonet fighting. And there you go, the cuirasses have routed as well. And we're going to see a counter charge now from French dragoons as they go in. And yeah, it's all getting a bit messy over here as the French get stuck in. And yeah, these dragoons. I'm still waiting for the noise to kick in. I don't know why it doesn't sometimes. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Very strange. There we go. There we go. The French cab getting stuck on in. It looks like, yeah, infantry for the French losing out in these melee fights right now to the Russians. I've got cavalry battalion in here as well. And let's look on the other side, because there's a lot of routing going on here. Yeah, the Russians are smashing through these French and all these Bavarians, I should say. They're probably winning this melee fight here against skirmishers. There you go, instantly routed. The skirmishers, yeah, doing a good job. And then also very, very nice. And in go the line infantry, the musketeers. Bavarians doing their bit. Keep going, boys. Keep going. It looks like on this flank over here, Russia might be winning, but he's going to take a lot of losses. France to try and get some hammer and anvils here, try and do some damage to this red line in musketeer. That would be a massive win. It looks like a lot of this cavalry, a lot of this infantry here can't form square for Russia. But it's looking very messy on the side here. There you go. That unit is routed, I think, because the French cav got in behind. Did some morale damage. So he's going to break some of these other units here as well. And you can see a little Cossack unit here. It looks like it's going to go for the French general. He's now trying to retreat behind Bavarian lines. And instead he's going to charge, I guess, into Bavarians. It looks like they form square. And might just be fine. Lucky, lucky boys there. And there you go, the Cossacks dealt with. And I think it's going to be back to the drawing board here for the Russians. I think they've bloodied the French, though, the Bavarians. But I don't think they've got enough to finish, get the killing blow just yet. These guardsmen over here have not really been committed. They seem to lose a lot of troops, though. Down 104, but yeah, there you go. A pretty bloody node. Looks like actually the dragoons aren't finished. They want to go in. And there you go. They're going to try and rout those French. Let's go back over to the other side, see how Russia's 1812 push is going. Looks like it's going pretty well. Looks like they're doing a very good job right now. But they're coming up against the second line, and that second line is blasting through a fair amount of these units. There's some grenadiers. Yeah, some of the Grenadier Kiev here getting routed. You just see they have brought some. They're going to keep going. They're not giving up on this chase. Looks like they're chasing the Spanish campaign. They're going to catch them, but again, it's going to be just like they're going to get isolated and just shot on the side here. Should probably called off that chase a little while ago because there wasn't any Russian infantry to support them. There you go, that's a grenadier, just got lost for free. And now a counter charge here from by the French into the Russians. Dragoons going in. And they're routing more Russians. Most of these guys, this one can form square, the Grenadier Moskva did not form square like that. Persia is pushing, I'd like to say, and they're scaring off a lot of these militia units. Not routing them, just, you know, scaring them off. Yeah, Russia, I think, has overcommitted a little bit here, and French cav is descending on them. Hussars here, doing their bit. Russia may have rear charged the zone infantry there. Might be the reason why these guys routed, really. They've got rear charge, but there is more line infantry up there now. It's ready to scare off the French Hussars. They're going back in. They're going in with a vengeance. There you go, looks like the Russians are going to sort of hold on there. They need to sort of re-rally. They've got any cav, they've got some dragoon units here. Yeah, it looks like they've got a couple of dragoon units. They need to get those forward, kind of shield their infantry line. But yeah, the French certainly very bloodied on this flank as well, taking a real rough hit. Russia South and Austria also getting stuck in over here in a good line fight. More to Russia South liking. They've got, you know, French provisionals, they've got Austrian, they've got all sorts of mishmash stuff. Stuff that prefers to shoot, I feel like. or what these guys. These could be Belgians, Dutch. Could be anything. I think they probably are along those lines. If I look at their uniform, they're dealing with the Austrians. I mean, the Austrians in a line fight also would prefer that as well. They're winning slightly. I don't know what the numbers like for these units are for the French, but Austria often has like very big units, like 170, as we've just seen there. They can usually outgun at most factions when it comes to a line fight. And as you can see here, Russia just lost Dragoons, it's lost Seversk and also the cargo pole. That is not good. They didn't just charge in and just basically try to slow these guys down. They didn't really, I feel like, work as a team or like as a unit there to try and get those guys. And we got the Bavarian cav here getting rid of those skirmishers of the Persians. Not a bad idea. I mean, they could go for all the guns up here now. That would be not a bad idea. It's a 6-pounder here, another, I don't know what that was, an 8-pounder. Yeah, you probably want to get rid of those at some point. So Russia might have been about to try and go for another go of it, another bite of the cherry, but changed their mind. The lifeguard cuirassiers maybe just not ready. But yeah, it definitely looks like both sides have had their assaults and they're sort of calming down a little bit now. So this Shah still causing a bit of a problem. They're still routing Russians. The line infantry Galicia routed now. He's got a square out there. Do we have any? Grenadiers Kiev can form square. Get them out on the flanks. Good to see Persia moving up, supporting his Russian ally. He might need to just fall back this flank a little bit. You can see the French are descending onto it, trying to get maybe side shots. But still, I don't think the not a great drill fighting off against that militia, but he's got to fight it. It's what's in front of him.
A whole unit is lost.
Austria here, you know, as well. Not giving in. Not giving in. And I think over here, yeah, the French have dealt with the gun emplacements up here of Persia and also Russia. They've got rid of those the foot ones. I think the horse one has got out there okay. They have actually lost a cav unit in the making of that, but another one was in the wings ready to take over. And whether that will affect this fight over here, I do not know. Russia's on the retreat. He's had his fun. He's bloodied the nose of the Bavarians, and he's done an okay job. But yeah, he is retreating. It's probably maybe the wise thing to do. He needs to be careful of the cav in the back as it's just running down Persians there. Farming these guys. They really are farming. This early in the game, against skirmishes of all things as well. Oh dear. It seems like Spanish campaign has taken over the reins of this front line. There's a lot of La Guerre here, but I think it's from their full period of their theatre. They're losing actually, are the Persians in this line fight. Losing slightly, yeah. Winning slightly. Looks like they are getting outgunned. Yeah, there you go. This unit is getting outgunned here by the La Guerre. Whether that will, you know, be a bit of a turn in the fortunes of the war on this flank. France definitely has been on the back foot for quite a while. A lot of cav shifting. Does France have a plan? I do not know. Still a lot of... what have we got back here? We've got skirmishes back here. Yeah, we've got like a marine unit here as well, Neapolitan Marines I think it is. What are they doing back here? What is Russia South doing? I do not know. He's pushed forward some of his infantry, or he's fallen them back actually I think is what he's doing. He's falling his infantry back. Ah, he's using his infantry to shield his artillery that's forming up. Oh, he's careful to shoot his own infantry though. These Danish guns here. Yeah, what do they have it? Pull back your infantry now. You need to keep this cav here defending your artillery. I'd also always be careful. I mean, this Hussar, if he gets the charge off, could get this gun, and then also the general behind. You just need to be careful of things like that. A mistake I would like to say I've made many a time when I started playing NTW 3. Like you thought, oh, your general station, just behind the artillery. Not got anything to worry about. And then your artillery gets charged and your general gets charged after. But here you go. Looks like the hussars going in. Not against the general though. And looks like, I don't know what that is, a Polish unit or something like that. I'm really not sure. Like a little hussar unit or some sort of stroke, like a light cav unit anyway. He's managed to stop the hussars. They're now trying to get this infantry here. They are, I think, trying to go for the guns. Oh, they didn't even finish engaging that unit there. Bounced off, they've got the hussars here. Oh, got the guns here, sorry, with the hussars. Then there's a general in behind. This is what I'm saying. They can now get this general. This is Schwarzenberg as well. It's an Austrian unit. Schwarzenberg. They are going to get him. Look at that. There you go. And they got the general. Well, he's redlining the Austrian hussars. Yeah, look at this. Austria is going to kill his own general. Like his Schwarzenberg is going to be killed off him. That's quite funny. There you go. Routed. Now without a general. That might be game over there for Russia South. See, there you go. He's actually gone. Cav goes in. Thunders in. Kills off the Austrian unit. Yeah, that might be curtains now for Russia South. We'll see. And a big assault here now taking place. Look at this. France has smashed through the Russians with some cav units here. And now it's the Persians. They can't form square. Run for their life. Square's been formed here, trying to slow down this cav assault. This is going to allow the infantry to come up to the square, either start shooting it or melee charge it. But yeah, Russia 1812 actually might be also out of the game. So both sides here might be about to lose an army one way or another. That might be the case. It looks like over here, it looks like 5 has had enough fighting the Bavarians and is coming over to support his allies. And yeah, look at this. The French are way in behind. Routing skirms. But yeah, Persia is in a real sticky position here. I mean, he's got Cav in his back lines now. He's got French in front of him. Really, he's going to need Austria to start defeating this Russia South very quickly if he's going to have hopes of victory. Little Ulan here, I think, is going to go for those Danish guns. Or not. What happened there? Ulans go in! Ulan's a Schwarzenberg as well. That's quite funny. They just killed him off. And also looks like a cav fight getting underway. Yeah, I think they are going to get the guns. Bit of a weird pathfinding cav fight over here. Looks like Austria's going to lose out to that one. Chevaliers, some Eastern, well, some German state, and then it looks like some other cav in there as well. Looks like the Hussars here are going to try and catch and are going to rout as the Hussars of Russia South. And actually get that big unit, Chevaliers, and that's a big unit. It's going to run off the red line, I think. But yeah, Russia South has pretty much been capitulated as well, I think. It's all quite a mess. All the Persians, they've sent in their cav as well. Imagine being like a guy from the Russia South army like, what the heck are the Persians doing here? Why are they here? I did not sign up to fight these guys. And yeah, Russia South is pretty much finished when it comes to infantry. He's got 4 units left there. And he's got his skirms that he's keeping back here for some reason. And also a cav unit. But yeah, no general. Might mean no morale now. And as you can see here, France pushing on quite hard against the Persians. Slim square, I'd like to add. Might be an uphill gunfight, but against that square, they have the numbers. Square can't use its full, line capability to shoot this French unit. But yeah, the French, they've got the Persians kind of where they want them. They just need to keep tying them down with these militia units here, which are kind of making up the center line. Some of them are wavering. I wonder whether a melee charge from the Persians actually would break through. I don't know what the stats for the melee stats are for the Persians. Like the Persian generic line infantry. Might be okay. Depends whether they get shot in the face by the massive militia before they go in. And the French might countercharge a cav or a side charge with their own infantry. So it's all a big risk. And here you go. France is in the back lines. This is what we were saying. June's going in and they're finishing off these Russians. Grenadier Moskva, I don't know if they formed square, but the 15th Reserve Division did not. And it doesn't seem like the Grenadiers of Moskva did either. And they're being dealt with. And yeah, look at this French cav in the back lines here. This is now causing all sorts of problems for the Austrians who are trying to get over here. And there is an Austrian general, Colorat here, who's very much vulnerable. He could definitely be sniped out by any of these cav units here. 1805 is on his way, but he hasn't got much in the way that he can contribute to the cav fight. He's got some lifeguard cuirasses, but this cav, it looks like it's mainly like hussars. Okay, and we are back. So yeah, unfortunately the replay did crash, but yeah, we are back at pretty much where we left off. The French cav has just rear charged all those Russians there and got rid of those final few 1812 units. And the Persians here are getting absolutely peppered down in their squares. And what seems quite an epic last stand here, as the French lines then batter those line infantry. And then we now got French cav coming in. Squares still being formed, trying to scare off these dudes. And they might just do it. They might scare these dudes off. We'll see. See what they can do. There you go. They have routed them. But yeah, an encirclement is taking place here. Austria needs to get his ass over here, and needs to try and leave the the Persian armies pretty much. Also, I mean, Russia 1805. If he gets out his road a bit quicker, he can maybe get into the flanks of these French and really cause some problems, like those lifeguard cuirasses, and also this like hussar over here. Just need to dash them over, get over here, and then maybe to threaten the flank. Maybe just trying to help the Persian and the Austrian players out. They need to get out of the square here as well as the Persians. Form back in line. Yes, Austria is starting to arrive now. He's got some square levels here to sort of defend the flank. Good to see. Yeah, hopefully this big line infantry can start to soak up some fire of the French. They're coming forward. The militia here are doing a great job. The Guard National, sort of soaking up all this line fire. They are running out of cav for the French, which is obviously kind of how they got to this situation. The dragoons here are starting to be killed off. Russia South is starting to regain some forces, and it still has a cav unit here, but without a general, I don't know how great they're still going to be honest, even if they re-rallied. The French have a lot of cav back here, it seems. To look at all of this. We've got chasseurs, we've got dragoons, provisional, quite a few of them by looks of it, but we've got some better looking ones as well, some more well-trained ones by looks of it. But it looks like, yeah, they might be about to go and strike in for the Russian army here if they're not careful. The Russians all caught out on the march here. Might just get charged by the French, we'll see. And as you can see, the French looks like they're trying to give a bit of ground now. And the Austrians have started to arrive, and as you can see, the Russians now coming down the road. They realize that they're going to get flanked by the Russians if they don't start to maneuver. So yeah, there you go. Coalition have stabilized, but they're taking a mighty loss. Certainly Persia is very beaten up. 1812 Russia's out of the game. France is starting to arrive with its Bavarian troops. France technically hasn't lost an army yet. Like, they still have like bits of it left here and there. Some like Bavarian grenadiers, are they? It's like some German grenadiers of some sort. I'm not quite sure what. As you can see here, it looks like they're kind of, you know, redeploying, getting into a better position. Looks like Russia South's going to go and take down some skirmishes with the hussars here. Probably about as much as they can achieve. There you go, they should rout those guys nicely. There you go, got rid of them. They might be able to go into these units here, you never know. They don't seem like they can form square. There might be an easy enough kill there, getting those Austrians. But it looks like he is running off more hussars starting to arrive for the Austrians. They might go and just trade and take out the skirmisher here, you never know. And yeah, or not, they might go for the cav unit instead. No, they changed their mind at the last second. Oh no, they still haven't really made up their mind. There you go, in they go. It looks like they should get the Russia South cavalry there. And that is a win. Austrian hussars, getting rid of Austrian hussars. Very, very nice. Looks like Persians are preparing a charge here. These are his heavy cav, the Gurdistan Squadron. So it's a heavy cav unit coming forward. It looks like it's going to get ready for a charge onto the French. Isn't any cav to stop it. Don't know if these guys can form square, but they got to go in soon. It's going to go in. They are soaking up a lot of fire, and they've changed their minds. They're going back. If they were going to go in with just them, it was likely they were going to get side-shotted from multiple angles, so possibly the right thing. Persia is pushing forward once again. whether that's a good idea. Austria needs to come with him if he's going to do it, because there's a lot of French over here. It is mainly those militia, but it seems like they've done quite a number on the Persians here. We're going through all the nations, Austria, Prussia, just go through them all there apparently. And then you can see here now the French cav has linked up with the Bavarian army that is waiting back here. Bavarians going forward. There's got to be a problem in their back lines here. I think 1805 Russia might need to turn around to deal with this. You can't really forget about this army. He's run away from it, but he can't forget about it. Otherwise, he's going to let this army come in uncontested in his back line. They're going to get sandwiched. It's very close, very, very even right now. Either side could still win this, in my opinion. Good cab charge, and we got cuirassiers on the coalition side still alive. You got to remember, and that heavy Persian cab unit. That I don't know how good it is, but you know, I mean, the 50-man unit, you got to imagine pretty decent. These guys about to go into a 3-man unit there. Send them in. Send them in on a chart. They're getting supported by Abbas Mirza here. I think this might be the throw of the dice in Persia. He's going to go all in here. Oh, his general getting shot at there, and the heavy cab. And looks like they're going to get hit hard. Yeah, that was maybe not the wisest move, charging head on into all of those militia, and it's got blasted there. That is rough to see. We might be about to see, I think, Abbas Mirza get shot here in the crossfire if they're not careful. More of the Persian infantry here routing. Just getting outgunned. Just getting outgunned right now. Where's the Austrian militia? Like match this gunfight with the French and Spanish militia. I do not know. France over here is, you know, just shuffling around his cab looking for an option. I mean, most of this Russian infantry is vulnerable. You can't form square. And that's, I think, going to be a problem here in the moment for the coalition is squares. The Persians actually, funny enough, have most of the squares left, so they probably need to be careful with their army. Well, they did have the most of the squares left. It doesn't seem like that's the case anymore. They're pretty low on men generally. Yeah, I mean, if the French in the front here can keep these, keep the coalition occupied, which looks like they're doing a pretty good job. Of France sending forward a token force of infantry here to get machine gunned down by the Austrians. That seemed a bit silly, but yeah, I mean, they just need to keep them occupied here to the French, and then just let Bavaria come in and squeeze. And I think between the two forces, they can definitely do a lot of damage. Also, this force here on the side can't be forgotten about either by the coalition. I don't know where 1805 Russia is really going, but he's avoiding any fight right now. He is pushing up this hill, and it looks like we're going to see a charge now from the French. So I guess they may be going to try and go for maybe the Guard or the Skirms. I think they're going to go for the Skirms here. The Guard are definitely, they should know, will go and form square. Get the Skirms and then try and go into the soft underbelly maybe, but yeah, he's going in for something. He's got stuck in with the Skirms here. I don't think it was the intention of the cab unit, but it's what they're going for, and they need to be careful. They have kind of killed it off, just about. And now they could go into the Austrians here if they wanted to. They changed their minds. I don't know really what the plan was there. Kind of just like, you know, scraped that Russian unit, that Russian Strelky. And it's like, oh, sorry, didn't really mean to run into you. Just got you killed there. The Persians are all routing, my gosh. And the Austrians are getting blasted by artillery. This is not the place to be. This is the killing field right now. Yeah, it looks like 1805 Russia is really stacking over here. It looks like he's going to be the one to try and break through that militia line. They're going to try and use his militia, and then also looks like the Krasnys to try and smash through here, really turn that around. I mean, if they can, that's great, but it's a race against time, really. Because they're racing against the French over on that other side, really, who are really squeezing in with the Bavarians. There you go, the Krasnys get in here, had more success from the Persian heavies. And in goes the infantry as well. And I think they should rout these guys. I red line in a lot of these infantry. They're not skirms either, they're Laguerre. They're like actual Spanish proper infantry. It looks like the lifeguards here though are having a rough time. Looks like actually the militia, like they were shooting the back of their own troops, and they still are. That's actually not going to help there now. France might be putting himself at a disadvantage. So we are back, and yes, I'm pretty much back to where we left off. Unfortunately, the replay did crash again, but we are here, and the cuirassiers have made their assault. They are preparing to try and crush Spanish militia units here. Looks like they are breaking through. Well, look at that. 3 units breaking already. The Russian cavalry has routed as well. The guard cuirassiers are gone. And it looks like the French might sort of surround the Russians here. They need to be careful. Militia here still holding on for the Spanish campaign. And it's sort of redlining here. They need to be careful the Austrians maybe don't hit their own Russians here. They need to be very, very careful of that. But it looks like Russia has sort of smashed through. They are now going after Russia South, I guess is probably their next target here. There are troops here waiting in the wings ready to take them out. And yeah, there you go. France has swung in with some cavalry and has actually routed everything that was in there. Russian and French is all gone. The French still have plenty of cavalry, as you see here, plenty of dragoons and some chasseurs. They are preparing to get those into action. I imagine the French are moving down the line. As you can see here, Austria is getting slowly just swamped. They hit them on the road here, and now they're just moving up to the Bavarian army. We're going to deal with them. You see, Austria's got 1 squirrel left here. So let's try and get that back. We've still got a few Persian squirrels here, which they're going to need those squirrels. State that they're very important because there is so much French cav still alive. It looks like Russia South over here is actually still fighting a good fight. So Austria's actually here, just being routed by the Russians. But yeah, really the Russia South needs to stay out of melee and just try and shoot these guys. Bagration here, he's trying to stay out of the fight as well. He's, needs to stay alive to keep his troops rallied a little bit more. You can see some skirmishes here getting taken out by the Russians. The Russians are being drawn away from the fight. Austria is moving back to try and save what remains of his army. And yeah, it looks like France right now can just swing. I mean, these other 3 units, they need to just swing in and really put the pressure onto the Austrians. Actually, they're just blasting as they run by anyway. And there you go, routing both those units. Now swing in on these Russians and these Persians here, and they can finish this off. Yeah, it's certainly been a fun one. It's been very back and forth. I think the French certainly look like they're in advantage now. They have the cav advantage. They with the Russian cuirassier being routed. But the French, I mean, the Bavarians can break at any moment. They're not the greatest units when it comes to morale. I think the Persians got their general just about. But yeah, I think it looks like pretty much most of the other allies are like out or on very low sort of legs left. I mean, Russia 1812, I think it's 1812 is all gone. And you see here, look at that, yeah, Persia getting smashed. Don't want to be a melee. Getting melee hard there by the Bavarians. They look like they're going to form square. They look like they're preparing for the worst. The Austrians breaking just at the sheer sight of the French. And I think we're going to see Abbas Mirza maybe go into melee. I don't know. He looks like he's getting, sent straight in. Trying to deal with those Bavarians. And there you go, the square being broken as well. And I think we're going to see the cav in a moment descend in. Deal with the rest. Actually, Russia South, came back after losing his general and most of his army. It's actually managed to survive the game and defeat the remains of 1805 Russia there. And you can see the dragoons going in. And they're going to kill, I can't remember who the general was, Kolorat, that's it, yeah, the Austrian general there. And he has been dealt with, and that should be a mass rout pretty much. We've got 2 units over here. We've got actually a squarable and then a non-squarable there. Heroic death, that's I think the Persian general being slapped up and killed. Now we're just seeing, it looks like, some of the Saxon Chevaliers here that are going to just be sent in. I don't think these guys will form square. They might not even hold, even if they form square, to be honest. Their morale could be pretty low. We'll see whether they even attempt it. I don't know what they did. They accepted their fate with Austria. That's fair enough. I mean, trying to get a few more kills. But yeah, not the one in the game. I don't think too much. Try and get a couple of cavalry kills here and there. You never know, it might help. Get you a highest kill count. You never know. But yeah, there you go. Austria dealt with by the French cav. And that is going to be today's game. And there are the end results. Hopefully I put up the end results for you guys to have a look at. You can see who's got the most kills. This was sent in by Johnny Le Buffoon, but also by, I think it was sent in by Johnny Buffoon, or sent in by, certainly by one of the players playing against one. I think it was, we're looking at it from Johnny's perspective. It was a really, really fun one. And yeah, a really close one, to be honest. One of the closer ones we've had in a little while. There isn't a lot left for the French. The cav that they held onto in the end made the difference today. We'll have a quick look at the unit stats, and yeah, it's from Johnny's perspective. We are looking at the Persians. Got 172 kills with one of his line infantry here, 161 with another. Just seemed like he spammed out a lot of the professional stuff rather than the peasants this time. Yeah, 161, 155, 130, 112, 110, 106. Yeah, some really good kills with skirmishers and line infantry there. And there are the rest of the kills if you want to have a look at those. There you go, guys. That is today's NTW3 battle. If you do want to see more Napoleonic action, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. And yeah, do check out the Discord as well if you ever want to get involved in any NTW3 carnage. But until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.